Hi guys, so this is going to be EdTalk number 8, responding to the burnout lesson. After reading the articles and kind of working through these questions here, I identified one of my struggles and something that has led to potential teacher burnout over this past semester would be the students who are just difficult to get to. They are resistant for some reason, and especially one student who has like a 13% in my class because he never comes to class. It is first period, I understand, but I think I've seen him 12 times in the past 3 months. So that has been one of the major things that has caused some frustration with me. The aspects of the challenge that make it especially perplexing and exhausting are that we're welcoming and we set him up for success, and the lessons are engaging, and he has friends in the class, so it's not like he's avoiding some sort of like bully or something in that situation. He's a little bit older than the other students. Perhaps he's feeling embarrassed. Perhaps his a pride issue, but the staff knows, both in the office and in the classrooms, he just doesn't come to school, and his parents are aware, obviously, and have been notified many times that he needs to come to school, and it's still just like not happening. So I don't know if he is by himself in the mornings, if possible. I think he's now a junior. You can correct, I could look back on that and correct myself, but it's either a sophomore or junior, and most of my students are freshmen. Sorry, low power. So maybe he's feeling a little embarrassed that he's in that classroom. I don't know, but it's having a really hard time like opening up to us. He doesn't want to hold conversations. Sometimes I'll ask him like, hey, can you stay after class today? I just want to catch you up on some stuff. And he's like, oh yeah, and then he ditches out right when the bell rings. So that's what's exhausting about it, is I'm trying to make connections, trying to say, oh, I'm so glad you're here today. What can we do to catch you up? Or, hey, have you ever talked about this before? Maybe just building on some prior knowledge, because he's had this class multiple times and he has not passed in it because he never comes to class. So I'm trying so hard, but it is exhausting. And hard for me to understand not coming to school, because I've always loved school as a kid. So that's something that I have to acknowledge in myself, that why would you come to school is not a reasonable conversation with someone who hates school. Thus far, we've just tried to address the issue with, we are so happy you're here, and making it easy for him to catch up, making it easy for him to gain points, contacting parents obviously, contacting the office, and they said, why do you have this student in your class with such a low grade? Well, as you can see, here's all of our documents. He's not coming to class, so when he does come to class, he doesn't do the work. And work he has done was very well done. So it's interesting that someone who does very well doesn't choose to do. So that's kind of frustrating there. Based on this week's readings, I'm having a hard time making it any better for him specifically, but for my reluctant students in general. I like the idea of it making them part of my team and giving them tasks so they can help out, because they just love to be helpful, even if they're struggling with the content or struggling with just sitting down and doing work, especially my students who are suffering with some ADD and ADHD. Giving them tasks where they can move around and be helpful and be acknowledged for that is nice. But for him, I just need him to come to class, and then I can give him a nice little activity or encourage him to show his knowledge in a different way if he would come. But again, it's not happening. So this challenge specifically is leading to me being discouraged that no matter what I'm doing so far, and my master teacher kind of feels the same way, is no matter what we've done for the student, if he doesn't come to class, there's nothing more that we can do, really. So that's sad, and that's not why we enter the profession, right? We enter the profession to make a meaningful change in a student's life, but I can't make a change in your life if I don't ever see you. So that's been disheartening, and we're trying to figure out ways to get in contact with him and his parents to see if we can do some sort of like, hey, here's a packet, do it at home, like an impromptu home study kind of thing. But it hasn't so far worked out. I'm still working with the master teacher for a plan for next semester when I'm not there any longer, because we've been working on this issue together. For my other students who are also sort of reluctant learners, we offer tutoring each week. We offer like multiple times a week, and we offer the invitation to tutoring. So if a student is seemingly not performing to their best abilities, even if they have an okay grade, they receive an invitation to tutoring that says, I know you can do better, please come to tutoring and we'll work out what you need to do. And my classroom has a lot of opportunities for extra credit because I have 3 honors classes and 1 regular biology class, and the honors kids just love to get that A. So if they want to put in the extra effort, they can earn the extra points if they want, as long as they're proving that they understand the material. So there's lots of extra credit available. If it's late, there's points docked off, so the students who just need a little more time can earn back some points with some extra credit stuff. If you want to work harder, that's fine. To me, it's just work smarter, not harder, but they like the opportunity. So that's one way we've been trying to contact and keep up with the reluctant students. They like to do those kinds of projects because they're more like arts oriented. If you can prove that you understand the standard using this, that, or the other option through arts, then awesome, we'll give you some extra points for that. And that's the kind of lessons we do anyways. So but yeah, overall, teacher burnout is a real big issue, and there's some statistic like half of teachers quit the profession within the first 5 years or something like that. And that's probably not the right numbers, but it's really sad that people put so much effort into becoming teachers, especially here in California where it's so rigorous, and then they just get burnt out. So having a good team around you and being a little creative with your resources, because that can be quite frustrating, I think are 2 of the main ways, especially according to the readings, that we will kind of stave off the teacher burnout. Alright guys, have a great week. See you soon.